Hello, everybody. It is Kevin here with BombBomb. I'm going to go ahead and give this a couple of seconds, let all the technical stuff kind of work itself out, make sure we're not dealing with that as we continue to go through this training. And it looks like we are good. Looks like we're all set to go. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for attending this training session. Now, I know what you might be thinking right now. I'm excited about video. I've heard about how video is working in the automotive world, how it's helping people sell more cars and move more product. But I really don't want to learn something new. I'm so overloaded with tech. We've gotten so much stuff from my GM, from our sales manager, from our different management people that I don't want to deal with it anymore. And I honestly don't want to sit through a training session for another hour and just forget everything when I could be out on the lot selling stuff, right? Well, I totally agree. I don't want to either. So let's not do that, okay? I want to make sure that I'm using your time as wisely as possible. And the way that I'm going to do that is probably not talk about what you think I'm going to talk about nearly as much. I'm not going to talk about BombBomb this entire time. What I want to focus on is really what's most important in this conversation, and that's you. That's you and your goals and what you're striving to achieve right now in your business. BombBomb's goal is really to help everybody that's in the automotive industry record, send, and track videos securely and effectively so that you can break through all that digital noise and communicate more clearly. If we don't know what you're trying to achieve, it doesn't matter how clearly we communicate it, we don't have anything to communicate, right? So because of that, that's where I want to start. I want to start with you. I want to focus on you to make sure that we're helping you achieve your goal and showing you how video can walk you through that. So to introduce myself, my name is Kevin Andrews. I am the Client Enablement Manager here at BombBomb. And what's awesome is I've been working here for a little bit over 3 years. I've talked with tons of people in the automotive world, whether it's salespeople or SDRs or BDRs or sales managers or GMs. And we've gotten BombBomb into a lot of dealerships' hands, and they have seen a lot of success. So I'm excited to show you some of that stuff. Now, first and foremost, I want to make sure that we all have the right perception of video and what exactly that means. Now, a lot of people, when I say the word video and marketing and those sort of things, they start to think this kind of stuff. They start thinking drones and fancy stuff and hiring people and commercials and all this fancy green screen stuff. Well, if you guys are doing that, don't stop. I'm not here to interrupt any of that or tell you that that's wrong. What I am here to tell you is that's not what we're going to focus on today. What we're going to focus on here at BombBomb is all about relationships through video. It's the difference between video marketing, like I just showed you, and what we would call video enablement. We're going to show you how it's not about the production quality and those sort of pieces. It's all about the ability to get you in front of the clients that you need to be in front of. So these kind of videos, I want you to think about them as a replacement for text. I mean, think about how many different text emails and text things you've sent out today alone, right? I bet you've sent out 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 emails if you're responding to online leads, because I know that you guys in the auto world are so heavily dependent on online sources and online leads coming in, and sometimes you only get their email. Well, if you're sending them this kind of email, how effective do you think that is? Right? I mean, look at all the things that does convey. It conveys information. That's about it, right? What about the emotion? What about the tone? What about the clarity? What about being able to build trust with that client? Think about if I sent you this text example as a follow-up for something that I wanted to mention to you. What if I was able to send something a little bit more like this? How much more trust, how much more impact does this have to you?
Hey, it is Kevin here with BombBomb, and I wanted to stop and take a second to just say thank you. Thank you for looking into BombBomb. Thank you for signing up for this training session. I can't tell you how excited we are to not only talk about how to build up the confidence to be on video, but also give you the tools of what to say and when to say it. So grab your pen, grab your paper, and let's jump right in.
So if you've never met me before, and you compare that text to this video that I just showed you here, how much more impactful is that for you? How much more likely are you to actually respond to that video than you would be just a standard text email? Let's be real. In the auto industry, one of the biggest things that you guys have to go overcome is trust and differentiation, right? How do I make myself stand out over all of the other auto dealers that are around me? Well, one, It's your supply. It's the cars that you've got. But more importantly, it's you. You are your biggest asset. And BombBomb and Video Enablement want to get you in front of more people to get you the responses that you deserve. So let's play a quick little game here just to talk about some of the results and some of the numbers around this. I call this game Who Wants to Be a BombBomb-aire? I know it's brilliant. I don't know how I came up with it myself. It's just genius, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some numbers at you. And I want you, if you don't already have a pen and paper in front of you, grab one. I want you to grab something because I want you to write some of this stuff down. I'm going to show you some percentages, and I want you to start guessing and try to figure out what do you think this percentage represents when it comes to video enablement. So first percentage here, 81%. What do you think that could mean when it comes to video? Second number, 87%. A little bit higher. We like that. Third number is 68%. Fourth number is 90%. And last but not least here, 56%. Now, I know I went through those a little bit quickly. Take a second here. Think about what do you think those could represent. Start using your brain on the areas that you think a percentage could fit into video. All right, I'm just going to cut the tension. I know you guys are excited to kind of hear and see what this is about. So we did a survey with our clients, the users of BombBomb, and this is what we asked them. How are things compared to text compared to now that you're using video, right? 81% of these people said, I get more replies and more responses because I'm using video in my connections. 87% said, I get more click-throughs because I'm using video. 68% increased their lead conversion because they started putting video in their communication that's going out to people. 90% are staying in touch more effectively, and 56% are getting more referrals from past clients, from their database, from the people that they work. Imagine if you were able to increase your lead conversion by 68%, increase the referrals you were getting by 56%. How much would that change your business? Well, guess what? We decided we wanted to take a deeper look into this. So we started researching on all of these numbers, all these responses, how many of these people and how much was it affected if they attended training exactly like what you're going through right now. Well, I'll give you a hint. It did improve. So first off, congratulations to you because you've signed up for training. Just by doing that, we've seen that people have attended our trainings. 1 in 6 doubled or more than doubled their replies and responses. 1/4 doubled, 1 in 10 doubled, 1 in 4 doubled. 1 in 10 people doubled or more than doubled the referrals they were getting from going from text to video. That's where I want you to fall, right? That's where I want you to fit. 77% of the people reported that video improved their results compared to text, and 20% doubled their results. I want you in the 20%. I want you to see results and improvement everywhere, but I want you in that 20% of doubling improvement in all of these different areas in your business, because you know what? To me, that means you're going to improve your business, you're going to sell more cars, you're going to improve what you're doing, and you're going to love video. You're going to be happy with the investment you make. So how are we going to do that? Well, let's talk a little bit about our agenda. So today, we're going to make this really simple. First and foremost, I do want to touch on something that a lot of people don't want to talk about, but since we're the video experts here in this space, I want to talk about overcoming the fear of video, the fear of doing it, the fear of putting yourself out there and allowing yourself to be vulnerable with people. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some strategies and why this is an okay thing. Number 2, tips. I'm going to give you tips and best practices on how you can get the best results with the videos that you're recording and sending. Number 3, ways to use today. I don't want you to leave this appointment without ideas and ways to implement video today. This is not going to be a tool that you get and sits on your shelf for the next 3 months. We want you using it now because we're going to get you excited about that. And last but not least, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to get you using this today. One of the things I'm going to show you and the ways to use this in this challenge, I'm going to show you examples of how other people within the auto world are using video. Then I'm going to show you the #1 best way, the best way that you can get responses through video, and I'm going to challenge you to use it in some different ways. So you ready for this? You ready to jump in? Awesome. I'm excited too. So now that we've looked forward a little bit, I want to take a couple of steps back, whether it was 5 days ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it may be, when you signed up for BombBomb. And I want to ask you a simple question. What made you sign up for BombBomb? Now, I don't want your answer to be my GM told me to, my sales manager told me to, my SDR manager told me to. That's not the truth, right? Maybe somebody did, but what I want to really know is what in you made you sign up. When that person came and told you, what did that little voice in your head say that actually made you go to BombBomb and sign up for your account? Here's why I want you to think about this. Because it's not some outside thing, right? There's something deeper in you that's doing that. Now, we get a lot of different answers, right? Some of the answers I get is, man, I am strictly an internet salesperson. I've got to convert more of those leads that are coming off, right? Makes sense. Every video can help with that. I've got other people that are going, man, I'm tired of dealing with leads, not getting the responses I want. I want to get more referrals from past clients, from people that know me. I want to generate that database so that that pipeline is flowing constantly. One of the answers that I get constantly is, I just want to be more efficient, right? I know I can say a heck of a lot more in 30 seconds than I can type in 30 seconds. So I want to make sure that I'm as efficient as possible. And I can do that with video. Those are all great answers. But I want to show you the top two that we hear the most. And I want to see if you relate to either of these. One, stand out. I already mentioned this a little bit at the beginning, but how are you going to differentiate yourself from not only all the other dealerships in your city, but all the other car salespeople? Why should this new lead trust you? Why should they come and work with you? How are you going to stand out and differentiate? That's something that I know a lot of people in the auto world are feeling every single day. And number two, relationships. How do I build better relationships with people I've never met before? And how do I maintain better relationships with the past clients that I've sold or the past people that I've worked with? Well, guess what? That's exactly what we want to help you with. We want to help you find that one thing, that one direction that you're headed with. So think about that. What made you sign up? The reason I'm asking you this is because my goal is that that one reason is actually something deeper in you and deeper in your business. So I want you to think about this and then simultaneously answer this question. What is my number one goal or number one hurdle? Some of you might be saying it's something I need to change or get over in my business. What's the number one thing that you want to achieve or overcome in the next few months? My gut is telling me that that's the same thing as the reason that you signed up for BombBomb. I want you to write that down. Take that pen and paper that we pulled out earlier, and I want you to write down that goal or that hurdle, because ultimately, this is what's going to motivate us forward. This is what's going to push us forward to keep doing the right things. This is our end goal, and I want you to start thinking about every video as one step closer to that goal. I want you to think of every email you send, every text message that you send, every contact that you have or effort that you make as one step closer to the goal. Well, I'm excited to show you that video is going to be much bigger steps towards that and how we're going to help you get closer to achieving or overcoming that, okay? So thinking about that, now that we've got our goal that we're wanting to set out for and achieve, we've seen that video is more effective than text. We've seen numbers showing that our clients are getting better results by using video. Why the heck wouldn't you want to use video, right? What would be the thing that holds you back? Well, the thing we hear the most, the thing that I personally have heard the most over the last 3 years is fear. I don't want to be on video. I don't like it. I don't like the way I look on video. I don't like the way I feel on video or sound on video. It makes us nervous. It makes us scared. Why is that? Well, I'll tell you, it's because of vulnerability, right? We're making ourselves vulnerable. We're putting ourselves out there in the world, and we can't control how people accept that. We've all got things about us that we don't like, to be honest, right? We've all got things about us that we would change if we had a magic wand that we could wave and change that. That's what makes us nervous. We don't want to put those things. When we watch a video of ourselves, all we see are those things. And the first thing that I want to tell you is, you're not alone. We all feel that way. From the bottom of somebody who's never recorded a video anymore to somebody who's done this for a career. In fact, how many of you recognize this guy? Some of you are probably saying, oh yeah, totally, that's Joaquin Phoenix. Well, for those of you that didn't know, this is Joaquin Phoenix. Meet him. He's actually a professional actor. He's been in Gladiator. He's been in Walk the Line. He's been in Joker. He's been nominated for, I think, 3 Academy Awards, won some Golden Globes, won some SAG. I could go on forever about the things that he's achieved, but he is a professional. He's trained. He's very good at what he does. And recently he was asked, do you like to watch yourself on screen? Do you like to watch the performances that get the critical acclaim? And his response, I think, was really awesome and honest. He says, I don't want to watch myself. I mean, of course, there's a part of you that's curious for a second, And I constantly have to tell myself no, because it stands a greater chance of having a negative effect on my future work. If Joaquin Phoenix is nervous to watch his past performances, how are we supposed to feel? And why? Why is he? Well, you know what? He says it at the end, because I know it has a greater chance of having a negative effect. He knows that when he watches himself, he's going to focus on the things he doesn't like, and it's going to make him self-conscious moving forward. That's what creates this fear. That's what creates this vulnerability. Well, guess what? If arguably one of the best actors in the entire world feels that way, then how are we supposed to feel when we look at ourselves on camera? Well, I'll tell you, when I look at this picture of myself, there's two things that stand out to me immediately. One is the gap between my two front teeth that I've had since I was 9 years old. The other is the giant bags under my eyes. When I actually watch a video of myself, the first thing that I notice is I hate the way that my voice sounds. It sounds a lot cooler in here when I'm talking. What is that? Where does that come from? It's that fear. It's those things that I don't like about myself that I'm putting out there and hoping that other people will accept. Well, what I'm excited to tell you about is not only are you alone, not alone in that everybody feels this, but people have literally been in your seat before. These are 3 people who are in the auto industry specifically, who I'm going to show you some different things about, who have felt the exact same things you're feeling, that vulnerability, that fear, that nervousness to be on video. And you know what they did? They took it and they turned it, and it propelled them forward. So Catherine Wysocki over here, she's actually signed up at the end of 2017 here at BombBomb. In the first 2 years of her membership, she recorded over 1,800 videos. She's got an amazing way of building rapport quickly, and I'm actually going to show you an example of how she does that so you can see it work for her as she's doing it. Now, Wayne Eulery here, he actually has been with us for a handful of years. He signed up in 2015 initially. He's recorded, guess what? Almost 3,000 videos. I mean, talk about overcoming that fear and that nervousness and just doing it. He uses videos in so many different assets of his business. He's got his own website where he's putting YouTube videos and those sort of things up. We love that. We want people to see you and get to know you to build that trust. Now, last but not least, Doug Hodgson here. He's actually been with us since the beginning of 2018. And what I love about Doug is he has fun with his videos. Some of his videos, he even has a little bobblehead of himself that he holds up in the video just to make it different, just to make it unique so that it's him. Well, guess what? We're going to show you examples of all 3 of these people, and one of these people is going to do that most important video. So make sure you stick around, because I want you to see what can make the biggest impact for you. So now that we've seen, okay, we're not alone, we're in this together. How do we get over that? Well, how many of you know Brené Brown? Brené Brown's actually a research professor at the University of Houston. She's had really famous, I think she has one of the top 5 most viewed TED Talks with over 35 million views. She has a Netflix special. She's made a career out of researching shame and vulnerability and empathy and courage and all these things that we all feel, but we don't want to talk about. And she's actually turned it into 5 #1 New York Times bestsellers. So she's doing pretty well, so good for her. But what I love is she actually frames vulnerability in a way that I think is amazing. She says vulnerability is the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change. That's awesome. What if we could take that fear, that vulnerability, those things about ourselves that make us the most nervous, and look at them in a different light where we see, holy cow, this could be the cornerstone of my business that's going to help me innovate, going to get creative, and is ultimately going to change the path I'm on to get to the goal that I want. That's what I want you to see. Those vulnerabilities, those insecurities that you have about yourself, those are not negative things. That's you. That's you at your most raw, what makes you human. And you know what? Your humanity is the biggest building blocks to the connection with other people. We don't want to work with fake people. We don't want to work with people that we can't relate to. We want to work with real people that we can trust. That's what I'm excited about, is reframing that so that we show you that it's all those intricacies, all those things that you may judge about yourself that are what other people love and appreciate. So how do we do this, right? Where do we go from here? Okay, all right, I can do that. I think I can start to get creative. I can start to feel confident about some of those things. Where do I go from here? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's jump into the best practices and some of the best ways that you can do this. I want to show you my method. I call it the step method. And there's a couple reasons I call it this. One, it's a step method because this is the first step that you're going to take when it comes to recording videos. This is the thing that you're going to think about right before you hit that record button to start recording things. Now, the beautiful part about this is, guess what? It's also an acronym. So we're going to break it down of the 4 things that you can focus on as you start recording here. So the first one, S, smile. Smile at the beginning of your video, smile at the end of your video. Even saying the word, it made me smile. There is something infectious about it. The way it's received, the place that it's received in your brain makes a smile infectious. Smile. Have people feel happy. Have people feel the joy of what you're bringing into their life. It's a great way to start, stop, and end a video. Number 2, the T, time. What I mean by this is I want you to keep most of your videos under 60 seconds. That's a general rule of thumb. The reason being, a new lead that comes in, somebody that doesn't know you, well, guess what? They're not going to give you 2, 3, 4, 10 minutes of your time to do a video, but they will give you 45 seconds. Now, another rule that I like to live by is the less time I've known a person, the less time the video is going to be. If it's a new lead, I'm going to try to keep that short and sweet, 30 seconds, 45 seconds. If it's a client I've worked with before, heck, I'm going to be able to get over that 60 seconds, and that's okay as long as the value is there. Now, the E, eye contact. What do I mean by eye contact? There's not anybody there for me to talk to. Yes, there is. There is somebody on the other end of that camera, and I don't want you watching yourself on camera like this talking. 1, because you're going to look at all the things you don't like about yourself. 2, it doesn't feel genuine. You're not making that connection with the recipient. I want you to stare in the camera exactly like what I'm doing right now, because that allows us to get that tone and that emotion and have that deep connection there. The other thing I want to note here is always have your camera at right about eye level or even a little bit higher. I don't want you framing yourself like this, because that doesn't really look very good if I'm looking down at the camera. If I'm looking like this, it's a much more comfortable, much better shot, which is perfect. And last but not least, P, personal. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, 1, I want you to make your videos personal. BombBomb has lived with the one-to-one video. Say somebody's name, make it personal to their inquiry, talk about the things that they need most. But you know what? Let's not wait for them to hit the play button. Use a whiteboard or a notepad or something like that, so that before they even click play, when they open their email, they see that this is a video specifically for them. If they know that that's something for them, get what? This is called disrupting the inbox. It's changing the normal patterns that they're used to in email, because we're throwing something in that is unexpected. And guess what? As soon as they play it, as soon as they know that it's for them, they're going to be ecstatic about that, and they're going to get to know you and feel you. So those are the quick things. If you didn't write down the step method on your piece of paper there, write it down. Smile, time, eye contact, personal. Write those out. It's the last thing I want you to think. Then you click record. Then you're only focused on value and what you provide to that client. So let's show you some real stuff. Let's show you some real actionable things of ways that you can start using video right now today. The first example I want to show you is Catherine. I showed you Catherine Iwasaki's headshot before. This is an introduction video, right? So how many of you have some internet leads or new leads that are coming into you that you've never met before? How often do you have those leads come in and then you never hear from them again? How many times does that lead come in and all you have is an email? You don't have a phone number to reach out. A lot. And that's frustrating, because that's business that you can't get in the door. Half the battle is getting these people onto the lot. Well, Catherine does an amazing job of reaching out in an effective way, in a personal way. Take a look at this.
Hi there, Cole. It's Catherine here with Volkswagen of Rochester. Wanted to send you a quick video message just to introduce myself a little bit, put a face to the name, let you know that I am a real person here at the dealership. Very nice choice on the all track. I wanted to also tell you a little bit about who we are and how we do business. We are a family-owned and operated dealership. We've been in the Rochester, New Hampshire area since the 60s. We really focus on providing an awesome experience from start to finish with transparency, honesty, and just being the kind of dealership you won't hate buying a car from. So let me know what you think of our pricing. If there is anything I can do to maybe wiggle a little bit, let me know. I would love the opportunity to offer you a great experience and still get you an awesome price on the car. Thank you again for reaching out, and talk to you soon.
So first off, Catherine absolutely kills the step method. Now, she doesn't use the whiteboard initially at the beginning, but man, that's personal. She references the car they want. She references where they're located and why they're different than other people. She says their name right at the beginning, and she nails the smile part at the beginning and the end. It brings you in, and it leaves you with such a great feeling. How much better does that feel to receive that from somebody than just a standard text email? Think about if you're somebody who's nervous about going in to buy a car. I don't know exactly what I want. I don't know if I can even trust the pictures or this dealership. And I receive something like that back. That builds trust. That builds ease in me to go, oh, well, Catherine seems great. I'd love to go in and work with her. Imagine if you inquired on 5 different cars and this was the video you got back from one of them. That's the first place I'm going. That's the first person I'm going to talk to. So not only are we building that trust, building that rapport, we're getting better engagement. And ultimately for you guys, we're getting more people on the lot. That's a big win. Now, the great part about this is that Catherine actually just does this straight from her email inbox. We actually integrate with Gmail and Outlook directly. We bring our video recorder and some of our pieces straight into your inbox for you. So you can see there on the top left side, we actually bring in a send video button. So you literally click that send video button, and what happens is it pops open your normal compose window like you're seeing there, as well as your video recorder. So this doesn't have to take any longer than typing it. All you do is click the red record button. It counts down. As soon as it flashes, you're recording that live video. So you're delivering that value, you're personalizing, you're working through all that stuff. As soon as you're done, you can hit the space bar on your computer to stop it. You click that orange save button, BombBomb does the rest. We take care of all the technical stuff. We actually create an animated preview for you so there's movement in that email. We house the video for you so you don't need space. The rest of it is just your normal stuff. Who am I sending to? What do I want the subject line to be? And what do I want the body of the text below the video there? Once I click send, you're done. You're off to the next person, off to the next thing in your day. Now, here's the great part though. We also provide tracking. We let you see what emails have you sent, who's opened your emails, who's played your videos. Think about how amazing this is for those people that never reply back. Not all people that don't reply are equal. You might reach out to 10 people and get 7 opens and 3 video plays. I want to know that engagement because I want to follow up with the right people so that I'm spending my time in the right area. Now, I want to take this introduction to the next level because I love that straight introduction, but what if they inquire about a specific car and you're able to give them a better experience around that? That's exactly what the car walk around idea works with. I mean, how often do you receive the inquiries about the car and then literally they ghost you? How difficult is it to let them know about it? Show them that, oh my gosh, the car actually does look exactly like those pictures. This is where Doug Hodgson absolutely excels. He takes you out, he shows you the video, and he talks about how his expertise about this is going to make a better experience for you.
Hi, Richard. Doug here, sales manager, McMaster Buick GMC in beautiful Orangeville, Ontario. Check out this truck that we have here. Hold on, I'm going to flip the camera around. Hey, everybody. Look at the truck I have behind me. This is a 2018. It's an SLE. It's a crew cab, but wait for it. It's a max trailer tow package. Look at the tow mirrors here. I'm going to flip the camera around, and we're going to go through this truck. Hold on, everybody.
So he spends the next amount of time literally showing them the exact car that they were interested in. Not only does he get their attention by showing them the truck right away, he flips the camera, which our mobile app gives you the capability to do, and he introduces himself. He starts to let them know, hey, I'm here for you. We're going to have a great experience. And guess what? I know what I'm talking about. He builds up his expertise and that trust with the people that he's reaching out to. Now, I mentioned that he does this through our mobile app. This is going to be one of the biggest tools that our salesmen, that our SDRs, that are people that are on the lot and don't want to lose time are going to use. We actually work with iPhone as well as with the Android. And what you're looking at here is that same tracking that's in Gmail. We let you know the opens, the clicks, the plays on all of that. But what I want you to focus on more than anything right now is that red record button at the bottom of the screen. Once you click that, you're recording just like you would on your camera. I'll hit the record on the bottom. Just like you saw in that past video, you can flip your camera mid-shot so that you can see different things. But as soon as you're done with the video and you say, I accept, we give you options of how to deliver that. If you just got an email, email it to them. Maybe you only got a phone number. Great, you can record a video and actually text message that to them. Or some of you I know are promoting yourselves through social media. You can post directly there as well. So we went ahead and picked the email option so we could see the tracking functionality and know the engagement that we're getting. You put in who you're sending to, you put in the subject line, you put in the body, click send in the top right. That email is off. You can move on to the next day and watch your tracking. This is really going to dictate how you can be as efficient as possible and talking to the people that need to be talked to. Now, without further ado, I told you I was going to show you the number one best way that we're having people use video. The best responses are coming to this one video. So drum roll. I don't want to get you too excited, but here it is. A thank you video. Wah, wah, wah. I know it's probably not what you were expecting, right? I mean, the car walk around is really cool. The introduction makes sense. A thank you video? Really? Yes. Think about this. When is the last time that you reached out to somebody just to say thank you with no other purpose in mind? When's the last time somebody actually reached out to you to say thank you with no agenda at all? Probably not super recently. How good would it feel if somebody did? Well, that's exactly what Wayne Eulery does here. So Wayne's been working with BombBomb for a long time, like I mentioned before. He actually took this second in his day. You can hear him even mention, we're outside, I'm watching the kids play in the yard. He took this second to let this person know how much they meant to him.
Hey Isaiah, how you doing? Wayne here, and just thought I would say hello in a quick video. Kids are out here playing. Just want to say appreciate you, love you, man. Can't believe just a few months ago we had a coffee break, and that turned into you joining the BNI group, and then also building a business, Audacity, together. And it's pretty exciting times. Things are moving fast, and just thought I'd take a minute and say appreciate you, love you, and praying for you and your family. Take care. Bye.
How amazing do you think that felt to that recipient? That's impactful. Now, he doesn't hit all the perfect step points, but that's okay. He gets really personal. He smiles, as you can see at the finish here. He has the eye contact. He does all those things. The only thing you need to do, the whiteboard. That's fine because he has a relationship with this person. These thank you videos are not only impactful for the recipient and feels really good to receive, but think about how good that felt to Wayne to send. We've got a team here at BombBomb that goes around and speaks at different conventions and shows all the time. Steve Passanelli, our CMO here, has a story where he was actually at one of these speaking to hundreds of people. And right before a break, he challenged them. I want you to send a thank you video. He did that. They got on the bro. He said right before the break was about to end, he saw a lady walking up to him with tears in her eyes. She was literally crying, and she said, Steve, I sent a thank you video as soon as the break started, and I already got a response back within minutes. She said the response said, thank you. Thank you. I was having the worst day. I was down in the dumps, and your video literally changed the way my day was going. I can't tell you how much it meant to me. Thank you so much for taking the time to do that. That obviously changed that recipient's day. But you know what? The sender was crying. How much of an impact did it have on her? I want you to think about the opportunities that you have to say thank you to the people around you. No agenda, no purpose other than to let them know, hey, I care about you, I love you, I appreciate you. What's awesome about this is you'll be shocked at how quickly these conversations turn into business conversations, even though that wasn't the intention up front. So it does help your business moving forward. Now, the other way that you can actually record and send in BombBomb is just in our BombBomb web app. When you log into your BombBomb account, you'll see that there's actually a red record button right up at the top here on any page, no matter what you're on. So when I go up here and I click on that red record button up at the top, what you can see is it actually opens our BombBomb Quick Sender, which is our template with your video recorder ready to record and send. So I hit record just like in the other platforms, it flashes, I'm delivering that value, that personalization, that thank you right now. As soon as I click the space bar when I'm done, all I have to do is the exact same normal email stuff. The body of the text here, as you can see, who am I sending to, what's the subject line gonna be, and then I click this send button up at the top and I'm off and running with the next part of my day. That's what I want you to see, is how impactful this can be and how easy it is to do. Now, I think you guys have been awesome in this training, so I want to show you one more example here. And this is Israel Mirza, actually. He's been working with us for quite some time. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to let him talk.
Typically internet sales, I'm on my phone all day. I usually do BombBombs on my phone outside with the vehicle, but I'm doing this one from my office. I have this set up like this too. Normally I get inquiries through internet where people just give me their email and asking a question, and we used to respond back with normal emails, and it was like a 50% chance they would get back to us. But now with the video email, that percentage has got up to like 80-90%. That response is unbelievable. People just actually see the video of the vehicle that we're talking about, they had questions on. So it's really easy, and people get back to us as, wow, that's more than what I expected.
What if you could get your engagement from 50% up to 90%? How many more people would set up appointments with you guys? How many more people would come onto the lot? How many more cars could you sell? You're better face-to-face. That's really all that matters. Give yourself the chance to get face-to-face with more people, the right people, so that they can get to know you and build that trust. So let's recap everything as we come up at the end of the training here. I want to go over this real quickly just to recap exactly what we're looking at, and then your challenge is coming next. So get excited for that. Number one, it's all about relationships. Just like I said at the beginning, every video that you've sent is about building and establishing and maintaining better relationships. Don't forget that. Relationship through video is exactly what video enablement is all about. 2, fear is real, and that's okay. We're all in this together. Your vulnerabilities, your fear are going to be that springboard for you to reach that goal. They're not going to be the hindrance that you felt coming into this. 3, step method. Smile, time, eye contact, personal. Do them, write them down, think about it. It's the one thing, it'll become second nature, but as you're starting out here, think about those before you hit record. And last but not least, it's so easy with BombBomb. With our mobile app, with our connections to Outlook and Gmail, with our quick sender, there is no excuse. It is actually easier to record and send than it is to type out an email. And think about how much more effective that can be. So now that you know how to do this, you've got the full picture, we've got the excitement, we're jumping into this full force. Here's what your challenge is. I want you to record 2 videos today. That's right, today. As soon as we get off of this recording, I want you to grab your camera and record 2 videos. And guess which ones they are? Yep, the number one best one to get you the best responses, thank you videos. I want you to think of 2 people in your world that you can thank. But it doesn't stop there. Tomorrow, I want you to send 2 more thank you videos to 2 different people. And then, 2 more thank you videos the next day. And exactly, you're getting the point. For 7 days, I want you to record 2 videos a day and send them out to your client. This will, no joke, literally take you 5 minutes a day. It's not a huge time commitment, but you know what? This is going to be 14 people that you can make a deep impact on. And you know what's really, really awesome about that? And this is the last thought that I'm going to leave you with here. Those 14 videos are 14 steps closer to you reaching that goal. Look down at that goal on your paper right now. Think about what you're going to do to reach that. These 14 steps, these 14 videos are big steps closer. Because think about it like this. 1 video sent is a better relationship, is a more impact made with that. It builds more trust with that one person, which is more likelihood that they're going to want to work with you and come in and do business with you, which ultimately is one giant step closer to your goal. I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited that you jumped onto this training. I'm excited to help make you part of that 20%, but mostly we're excited to walk you through this here at BombBomb. We've got an amazing customer care team that you can call in and talk to real people if you want to. We've got an amazing support website if you have any questions. That's what we're here for. But mostly, I want you to know that we know what we're talking about. This is Rehumanize Your Business, the book that we've written about how to use video enablement to get you face-to-face at scale with more people. Let us know what we can do to help. Otherwise, here's your challenge. Grab your camera, whether it's your phone or your computer, have some fun, and let's go take that next step to get you closer to your goal.